Body language mastery is the art and science of understanding, interpreting, and using nonverbal communication to influence, connect, and lead with impact. In this lesson, we'll explore how subtle cues, from posture and gestures to facial expressions and micro movements, can shape perceptions, build trust, and enhance persuasion. You'll learn how to read others with precision, project confidence without words, and adapt your body language to different situations, whether in leadership, sales, negotiation, or everyday interactions. By the end, you'll have practical techniques to command presence, detect hidden emotions, and communicate with authenticity and authority. Claiming your space. Confident individuals occupy more space with their posture. Standing or sitting tall with shoulders back and feet firmly planted signals dominance and security, while avoiding shrinking or folding into yourself prevents the appearance of submission. Hand authority. Using deliberate, open-handed gestures at waist or chest height projects honesty and control. Sharp, precise movements punctuate key points, while gestures like the chop or slice convey decisiveness without aggression. Visual command. Maintaining steady, purposeful eye contact shows confidence and engagement. This isn't a stare down. It's about holding someone's gaze just long enough to connect while scanning the room to engage a wider audience. Vocal power. Confident speakers use a measured pace, clear articulation, and a resonant tone. Pausing strategically rather than rushing adds weight to your words and signals that you're comfortable in the spotlight. Power poses. Adopting expansive stances, such as standing with feet shoulder width apart and hands on hips, triggers psychological and physiological shifts that reduce stress and increase assertiveness. Steepling fingers. Bringing fingertips together in a steeple gesture signals calm authority and control, often used in high-stakes discussions to project confidence without dominance. Slowing the blink rate, reducing blink frequency, especially when listening, communicates composure and attentiveness. Rapid blinking can suggest nervousness or stress, while a slower rate conveys that you are relaxed and in control. When used together, these cues form a powerful toolkit to project leadership, influence others, and command respect in any setting. Warmth and charisma signals are nonverbal behaviors that make others feel valued, comfortable, and drawn to you. They balance authority with approachability, creating trust and emotional connection. Facial cues. A genuine smile, especially one that reaches the eyes, Duchenne's smile, is one of the strongest warmth indicators. Softening the brow, tilting the head slightly, and maintaining kind, steady eye contact convey empathy and openness. Subtle nodding while listening reassures others that they're being heard and understood. Body positioning. An open stance, with arms relaxed and shoulders slightly angled toward the other person, communicates receptivity. Leaning in slightly signals interest and engagement, while avoiding barriers, like crossed arms or objects between you, fosters a sense of safety and rapport. Hands visible, relaxed hands reinforce trust. Hidden or fidgeting hands can suggest dishonesty or discomfort. Gesturing with palms occasionally up conveys openness and invitation, while gentle, fluid movements, rather than sharp or abrupt gestures, give a sense of calmness and warmth. Voice. A warm tone is achieved by lowering vocal pitch slightly, slowing the pace, and varying intonation to show emotional investment in the conversation. Using pauses effectively allows the other person to feel heard and avoids sounding rushed or transactional. When combined, these signals subtly tell others, I see you, I value you, and I'm present with you. They are the foundation of charisma, making authority feel approachable and influence feel natural. Deception and anxiety indicators are nonverbal cues that can reveal discomfort, stress, or a mismatch between what someone is saying and what they're truly feeling. These signs are rarely conclusive on their own, but when clustered together, they can point to deeper truths. Facial tells micro-expressions. Fleeting facial expressions that last less than a second can reveal concealed emotions like fear, contempt, or surprise. Common stress-linked facial tells include tightening of the jaw, lip biting, lip compression, flaring nostrils, and forced or uneven smiles. A sudden drop in eye contact or excessive blinking can also indicate discomfort or evasion. Self-soothing behaviors. These are subconscious attempts to calm oneself under stress. Examples include rubbing the neck, stroking hair, touching the face, rubbing hands together, wringing fingers, or rubbing thighs while seated. These behaviors often appear immediately after a difficult question or statement. Inconsistency clues. When body language and words don't align, it's a strong potential red flag. For instance, someone verbally agreeing while subtly shaking their head no, or expressing excitement with a flat tone and minimal facial animation. Mismatches between timing, delayed smile after a happy statement, or tone, warm words delivered with cold eyes, can also indicate a lack of authenticity. Interpreting these cues requires context. Stress and deception can look similar. The key is spotting clusters of behavior and changes from a person's normal baseline. Engagement signals are non-verbal behaviors that show genuine interest, attention, and mental connection with another person. They indicate that the listener is not only hearing you, but is actively involved in the interaction. Visual cues. Raised eyebrows often signal attentiveness or surprise, showing that the person is mentally processing what you've said. Pupil dilation can occur when someone is intrigued or emotionally stimulated, subtly indicating heightened interest. Steady, focused eye contact, without being fixed or intimidating, reinforces this connection. Head movements. Active nodding signals agreement or encouragement for you to continue speaking. Cocking the head slightly to one side is a universal sign of curiosity, suggesting the listener is engaged and seeking deeper understanding. Body positioning. Leaning in reduces physical distance and conveys focused attention, while orienting the torso toward you shows that their energy is directed at the conversation. Feet pointing toward you is a particularly honest signal. It's an unconscious indicator that you have their focus, as feet tend to aim toward where a person wants to be. Mirroring, subtly matching posture, gestures, tone, or facial expressions is a powerful subconscious signal of rapport. When someone mirrors you, it often reflects a psychological alignment. They feel connected and in sync with you. This can happen naturally when trust and comfort are established, strengthening the bond without a word being spoken. Together, these cues form a reliable picture of engagement, allowing you to gauge when your message is landing and adjust your delivery to maintain attention and connection. Attraction signals are non-verbal behaviors that indicate interest, admiration, or a desire to build closer personal connection. They often appear subconsciously and in clusters, rather than as isolated gestures. Grooming gestures. Small, self-enhancing actions to improve appearance, such as smoothing clothing, adjusting a tie or jewelry, brushing hair away from the face, or straightening posture. These signals often occur when someone becomes aware of your attention, reflecting a desire to present themselves at their best. Facial indicators. Genuine smiles with visible crow's feet, Duchenne smiles, signal warmth and openness. Parted lips, lip biting, or briefly touching the mouth can signal intrigue or anticipation. Flushed cheeks may indicate increased emotional arousal, while raised eyebrows can convey positive surprise or interest. Eye contact, extended, purposeful eye contact that's softer than a dominant stare suggests emotional connection. Eye flicks, quickly looking at your face, then away, then back again, can be a sign of curiosity and attraction. Slow blinks or a lingering gaze toward the eyes and mouth often occur in flirtatious settings. Proximity, moving closer than typical social distance, angling the body toward you, or finding reasons to remain in your personal space, all signal a desire for closeness. When combined with light, seemingly accidental touches, like a hand brushing yours or a gentle shoulder tap, proximity becomes a strong indicator of attraction. When read together, these cues reveal more than words. They point to a deeper, often subconscious, pull toward connection and intimacy. Reading body language in groups is about understanding the social dynamics, unspoken hierarchies, and shifting moods in a collective setting. By observing patterns rather than isolated gestures, you can quickly grasp who holds influence, where alliances lie, and how the group's overall energy changes in real time. Scanning the room start by taking in the entire scene rather than locking onto one individual. Look for posture, eye contact, and body orientation patterns to see who is most engaged, who is withdrawn, and where attention is flowing. This broad overview gives you a baseline for normal group behavior before you focus in. Identify clusters. People who feel aligned, socially or professionally, often mirror each other's posture, gestures, and expressions. Spotting these clusters can reveal friendships, alliances, or subgroups within a larger audience. A shared laugh, simultaneous head nods, or matching seated positions often indicate connection. Spot leaders. Leaders often command more space, draw more eye contact from others, and have people orienting their bodies toward them, even when they're not speaking. Watch for who gets the most unconscious physical deference, such as people leaning toward them, pausing to let them speak, or subtly mirroring their movements. Track energy shifts. Changes in the group's body language can signal turning points in mood or engagement. A sudden forward lean from multiple members suggests heightened interest, while crossed arms, slumping, or looking away may signal disengagement or disagreement. Tracking these shifts in real time helps you adjust your communication to re-energize or redirect the group. Mastering this skill allows you to read the room with precision, adapt your approach on the fly, and influence group dynamics without ever having to say a word. Regional differences in body language can significantly alter how gestures, posture, and expressions are perceived. What signals confidence or warmth in one culture might be seen as rude, overly familiar, or even offensive in another. Understanding these nuances is essential for avoiding misunderstandings and building rapport across cultural boundaries. Eye contact. In many Western cultures, steady eye contact is a sign of confidence and honesty, but in parts of East Asia, prolonged eye contact can be viewed as disrespectful or confrontational. In some Middle Eastern contexts, direct eye contact between genders may be avoided for modesty. Personal space. Northern European and North American cultures tend to value more personal space during conversation, whereas in Latin America, the Middle East, and parts of Southern Europe, closer proximity is normal and can convey warmth and trust. Stepping back in these regions may be read as coldness or disinterest. Touch handshakes are common in many countries, but the firmness, duration, and use of other forms of touch vary. In Mediterranean and Latin cultures, greetings often include cheek kisses or embraces, while in some Asian cultures, touch between non-family members is less common and more formal. Gestures. A thumbs up is positive in most of the West, but in some Middle Eastern and South Asian contexts, it can be offensive. The OK hand sign, thumb and forefinger forming a circle, is neutral or positive in some countries, but vulgar in others like Brazil or Turkey. Facial expressions. While basic emotions are universal, their display rules vary. In Japan, for example, people may smile to mask discomfort or displeasure, while in the US, a smile typically signals genuine friendliness. Posture and feet. In many Asian and Middle Eastern countries, showing the soles of your shoes or feet is considered disrespectful, while crossing your legs casually might be fine in Western business settings. Head movements. In Bulgaria, nodding can mean no and shaking the head can mean yes, the reverse of most Western cultures. Similarly, in India, a side-to-side head wobble can mean agreement, acknowledgement, or I'm listening, depending on context. Being aware of these differences helps ensure that your body language communicates the intended message, especially when operating in multicultural or international environments. Body language plays a pivotal role in how others perceive your confidence, credibility, and trustworthiness across different high-stakes and everyday situations. Mastering it can give you a clear edge in job interviews, negotiations, public speaking, and social interactions. Job interviews, first impressions are critical. Entering with an upright posture, a genuine smile, and a confident but not crushing handshake immediately sets a positive tone. Maintaining steady eye contact, leaning in slightly when listening, and using open-handed gestures conveys attentiveness and authenticity. Avoid fidgeting or crossing your arms, as these can signal nervousness or defensiveness. Negotiations, controlled body language can strengthen your position and signal confidence without aggression. Steepling fingers, measured hand movements, and a slower blink rate convey calm authority. Leaning forward at key points shows engagement, while leaning back slightly when making a proposal can subtly project that you're in control of the pace. Reading the other party's cues, like hesitation, self-soothing touches, or posture shifts, can also help you identify moments of uncertainty or receptiveness. Public speaking, your physical presence can enhance audience connection. Standing tall with an open stance projects authority, while moving purposefully, not pacing, helps maintain energy and focus. Eye contact across different sections of the audience creates inclusivity, and expressive gestures that match your message make it more memorable. Pausing to let gestures land reinforces confidence and gives your words greater weight. Social settings, warmth, and approachability are key. Open posture, visible hands, and genuine facial expressions invite conversation. Mirroring the other person's gestures subtly builds rapport, while leaning in slightly shows interest. Managing your space, neither crowding nor distancing excessively, helps strike the right balance between confidence and comfort. In all these contexts, effective body language bridges the gap between what you say and what others feel about you, ensuring your message is delivered with maximum impact and authenticity. Body language is the silent communicator that shapes how others perceive your confidence, warmth, trustworthiness, and intent. It encompasses facial expressions, gestures, posture, movement, and vocal tone, all of which can amplify or undermine your spoken message. Practicing just 5 minutes a day builds awareness of your own nonverbal habits, helps you recognize cues in others, and strengthens your ability to adapt in real time. Here's 5-minute daily practice ideas. Stand in front of a mirror or record yourself while speaking. Adjust posture, gestures, and facial expressions. Practice a power pose for 2 minutes to boost confidence before important interactions. Use slow, deliberate gestures with palms visible to project openness. Work on controlled eye contact. Hold it just long enough to connect without staring. Rehearse slowing your blink rate and controlling fidgeting to convey calm. Cues to watch for. Positive engagement. Leaning in, feet pointing toward you, active nodding, mirroring. Authority. Steepling fingers, claiming space, steady voice, controlled gestures. Warmth and charisma. Genuine smile, open hands, softened posture, warm vocal tone. Discomfort or deception. Self-soothing gestures, inconsistent words and body language, micro expressions of stress. Traction, grooming gestures, closer proximity, lingering eye contact, flushed cheeks. Key takeaways from this session. Power and confidence cues. Claim space, command visually, use vocal authority, power poses, steepling, slow blink rate. Warmth and charisma. Signals. Genuine smiles, open body positioning, visible relaxed hands, warm tone of voice. Deception and anxiety indicators. Stress microexpressions, self-soothing behaviors, and mismatched verbal/non-verbal signals. Engagement signals. Raised eyebrows, pupil dilation, head tilts, leaning in, feet toward you, mirroring. Attraction signals. Grooming gestures, inviting facial expressions, purposeful eye contact, reduced personal space. Reading groups. Scan the room, identify aligned clusters, spot leaders, track energy shifts. Regional differences. Be aware of cultural norms for eye contact, space, touch, gestures, posture, and head movements. Applications, job interviews, negotiations, public speaking, and social settings all benefit from strategic, controlled body language. With consistent micro practice, these skills become second nature, letting you project confidence, build rapport, and read others with precision in any setting.